Alright, what is up guys? JaretCampisi with my good buddy Dado, and this is another episode of the Carbon Panigale series where we take this beautiful 1299 Ducati Panigale, we customize it, and then we give it away when we're done. If it's something you'd like to support and be a part of, head on over to patreon.com/Campisi Customs. In today's episode, we're going to be digging back into our Moto Million box of goodies, and we're going to be putting on some beautiful blacked out rear sets with some carbon fiber heel guards. And it's going to be freaking sweet. Also, for everyone that's asking, we will not be keeping the tank red. The carbon tank is literally in transit. It'll be here on Tuesday. Today's Easter Sunday. Happy Easter also to everyone who's watching. So it'll be here in a couple of days. We'll be putting that on early next week. So stay tuned. We can't wait for that, but unfortunately it's not here yet. So anyway, rear sets today. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the video. Getting the fire going. This is how we roll. Hopefully this will be the last fire we have to build
for this week.
For this week, yeah. We're supposed to get another winter storm in like, what, 2 days?
Tomorrow.
And then like a week from now too.
Knobby tires for the 1299 it is.
Uh-huh. Alright, so Teens is gonna unbox the rear sets, but before she does that, I just wanted to remind everyone, we do have carbon fiber wheels that we have. Dado doesn't have the equipment here to install them, so we've been waiting for nice weather because I'm going to ride over to Campisi Ducati, our local Ducati dealer, and I'm going to have them install the carbon wheels. So I'm thinking probably 2 weeks, hopefully, when the weather finally cooperates. Then we'll be putting the wheels on. The tank will already be on. Then all the carbon will officially be on the bike, and then we'll be finishing off all the other things we got to do. So that's the carbon heel guards. They look
carbon.
Pretty freaking sweet. Yeah, of course, everything's matte carbon. I was actually talking to Dado too, and we were deciding the gloss carbon that's on the bike, the Acura heat shield. Where else is there gloss carbon?
The gas cap.
Oh, the gas cap that we have is gloss carbon, and we have gloss carbon air. What are they called? Air cooling ducts.
Air ducts, yeah.
Air ducts.
For the front calipers.
We're gonna sand it all down to be matte carbon so that the whole bike's all matte carbon. So that's something we'll be doing in the future as well. So rear sets. The rear sets are from a company called TWM, which is actually built by Marchesini, the Marchesini family. So Manny is actually friends with the Marchesini family. Manny is the guy from Moto Million who gets these parts for us. Look at the machined aluminum on these guys. The quality is insane. These are actually used by some World Superbike teams. Super lightweight, very, very good quality.
Did you hear about that? Superbike teens.
Superbike teams? So we won't need those heel guards.
I know, what a
Goodbye
difference.
heel guards, they're going on Dado's bike.
And I believe actually Manny helped with the testing of these. I think so. Manny, you can comment in the comments below, but pretty freaking cool, man. And these are brand new too. Not many of these even exist. I think I only know of one other Panigale, Prene, who follows our series. He's a patron of ours as well. He just installed these on his Panigales. That's where the pictures on the website came from his bike. He said they're freaking amazing. So super lightweight too. Are you gonna pull it out? Are we good? Okay.
That's good.
Sweet.
Teens doesn't want to pull it out.
Let's let Dado get to work here. So Dado's just laying everything out. One other thing I did want to mention, if you guys ever want to get any of these parts, they're always linked in the description below. So anything that we put on in this episode, there'll be direct links where you can get these parts, and you can always use code Campisi at checkout from anything you get from Moto Million to save yourself some money on your order. And like I said, I only know one Panigale in the world that actually has these rear sets on them right now, and that's actually a friend of ours, which is pretty freaking cool. So yeah, we're just laying everything out right now, and then we're gonna figure out how to get them installed. So we decided we're just gonna take the whole fairing off just to be safe. We don't wanna be pulling on it. This carbon's very expensive. And hopefully it had enough time to kind of sit on the bike and mold into its position a little bit better. So hopefully it won't be quite a bitch to get back on. Yeah, yep. But look at how freaking Batman bike this thing is. God, it looks so good. Once that red tank's gone, it'll look even better. This is what everyone wants to see on YouTube. Dado's sweet, sweet cheeks. Teens is pumping up the bike for us. I don't think it needs to go super high, babe. But that's a nice rear end on the bike I'm talking.
Get the taillight to come on.
Okay, so what we're doing is we're trying to figure out which, and we actually noticed that, okay, there it is. So that's the switch. Yeah, do you unplug it? Yep, that's it. Okay, all right, that's cool. It actually wasn't behind there, so that's
So you want to finish telling them what we're doing?
Oh yeah, we were just checking to see which switch it was for the rear brake light, that's all. Because now it's on
Which
hook.
plug?
Which plug it was. God, I would say switch.
Okay, so here's the pressure switch that we need for the rear brakes to work. The reason why we're doing that is that the aftermarket rear sets actually don't have this little switch that causes the brakes to come on. So we're going to be pulling the banjo bolt out, replacing it with this switch, and it's a pressure switch. So when you guys apply pressure on the brakes, the fluid shoots up here, causes this switch to come on, and it feeds the signal to your brakes. The problem is this is a universal harness. We don't have the male end to it, so I'm cutting these wires, and we're going to take the OEM switch that comes, the OEM harness plug that comes from the switch, and we're going to hardwire that to here, and then we're going to route everything, hook it up, and see if the bike gains any horsepower. I have to cut these zip ties off, which we're going to do right now. Always wear protective eyewear. Okay, I'm going to go down through and cut all the zip ties, including down here, because what we're going to do is we're actually going to snip this here somewhere so I can hardwire this.
And give us a little more length.
Yeah, so we're going to get a little bit more girth.
That's a good idea.
Out of this wire.
That's what she said. Teens is over here speaking Russian with her mother. Look,
Polshi.
there's Teen's mommy.
Ma, скажи привет на YouTube.
Isn't she so beautiful? She ran off. Where is she? She's in the Ukraine?
Odessa.
Odessa.
Yeah.
Craziness. Say something to us in Russian.
Пока.
Paka. That's all we get. Paka.
До свидания.
Oh. Cutting some zip ties. And we're actually going to pull this one out first. So it'll be out of the way so we can thread the other one in. He already cut out the universal harness off the other one as well. So we're just taking it one step at a time.
Who's Fred?
Huh?
We're going to thread it through.
Thread it, did I? Damn it.
Ready?
All right, cutting the factory harness. There it goes.
Ooh, I think that was the oxygen sensor.
Don't you say something like that to me. Let me see it. So that's what he's going to attach then onto the other one that we just got. So next up is just pulling the stock wire out of there. Since we're going to be replacing it with the new one. That's pretty tight, huh?
Yeah, it's pretty tight. But
You
we don't
loosen anything?
we no longer need it.
There goes that guy.
This is going to get loosened up just so we can fish the new wire
Yeah,
through.
that's a good idea. So up next, we are just disassembling the rear set, the stock rear set, and we're just going to kind of pay attention to where things are and how they sit, so that we can put the aftermarket ones on and keep everything in the stock position. So that's kind of what Dado's doing right now.
Good.
There it goes.
There we are, disassembling stuff. Okay, so the reason why I'm taking this apart the way we're doing it is I want to disassemble these parts here and then take this off, because when we put the banjo bolt, the new switch in there, I want to lose a minimum amount of fluid. So we're going to take all the pressure off of that because the shaft that went inside is now out. So we're going to swap the banjo bolt. We're going to cover all this stuff in case we get fluid, doesn't get on a carbon or anything like that. That's going to be covered. Once the banjo bolt is swapped out, we'll be able to loosen everything up and swap it, and then we can run the wire through and get giddy with getting these bolts out.
Nice. All right, so just installing some plastic there to protect the fairing, like you mentioned earlier, to make sure nothing gets on any of that expensive stuff. And then we decided to put one more as well right here. That way, just in case it drips, we don't want to get down behind it either. So just taking our time, making sure we do everything right.
Alrighty. I'm going to take this banjo bolt out. There's actually two washers. They're copper crush washers. We're going to reuse them. The new switch didn't come with new ones. They look like they're in really good condition. We'll see once we take this off. I'm going to try not to lose too much fluid. We're literally going to pull this out and slide the new one in as fast as we can without losing any fluid. Remember, we took the pressure off. Brake. Let's see how this works out.
Moment of truth.
Oh, we're losing fluid. I feel it.
Nuh-uh.
Yeah.
Great.
We're going to have to redo it anyways.
Rebleed it?
Yeah, rebleed it. See?
Oh. That looks like you're doing something else there, bud.
Yeah, well, I can't help it.
Oh, it's not too bad.
OEM banjo bolt.
Banjo.
Check out this banjo bolt.
Banjo bolt.
The new banjo bolt goes in. We twist the sucker. My sausage fingers don't get in the way. It's a lot easier. Now the OEM banjo bolt. The OEM banjo bolt is a 12 millimeter, and the
a lot bigger.
aftermarket one is a lot beefier. It is a 14.
Woo! Woo! Look at that bad boy.
So we're gonna
Wrench it down.
wipe
That wasn't too bad.
Wipe up any.
After all that.
Well, you have Dotto working on it, so of course it wasn't that bad. All right, so the new brake light switch is in, and I fed this behind here where it needs to go. The only problem is there's no wire left. I even cut extra off. So what we're gonna have to do is we're gonna have to pull this back out, take these bolts out, crimp the new harness or the old female harness plug onto those wires, put everything back together, and then plug it in. Yeah.
So before Dotto wires this all up and everything, what we're gonna do is we're just gonna test to make sure that it works. So he's gonna press those connections together.
Oh god.
And let's see.
Blinding.
There it is. Looks good.
Okay, so next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna hook up these wires, and we're gonna put the rod back in here, and I'm gonna push by hand and make sure that the light comes on. That way we know that the switch works properly, and then I'll wire that in. We'll be set to go.
Good idea. Thanks for standing in front of me.
Oh, you're welcome.
Jesus Christ. That's working.
Yeah.
Yep.
Good. The
Yep.
new switch works.
See, he's putting pressure on it.
Brakes feel amazing. We are gonna bleed the brakes. I don't know if we're gonna get to it tonight. But
Yeah. Awesome, man. All right, so Dotto got it all wired up there, crimped, connected. Everything's good to go. Just tucking it back up in there, and then we're gonna tighten down the bolts, and we should be good with that section. Then we can start putting the rear set on finally. Holy shit.
master cylinder switch, everything's routed properly. Now we're gonna take this off. And the reason why I kept this on here is because when this is all nice and tight, you have really nice leverage here, and you don't have to hold anything to get this banjo bolt out. So now that everything is swapped, we're gonna pull this guy out, and we can swap the rear sets. Boom.
I dig it.
Done.
Dotto, do you know which size I need for this?
I think it's 7mm.
Perfect, thanks, man.
Wipe it in your armpit. Dick.
This is Dotto's drink.
Blood, sweat, and armpits.
Vodka sodas, try it though. Little vodka, little tonic, little Diet Pepsi.
Best tasting armpit ever.
Isn't it good? You can say that.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it.
Just deciding on where to put these. They can be easily adjusted by anyone, so we're just kind of picking spots that we think are kind of neutral areas. And I think probably the center one, right?
Yeah, so what I was thinking is we take the factory one and we figure out the distance from the front of the foot peg to where the little foot lever is, and then we
put it kind of stock.
Kind of where stock is. The thing is, if you got short feet like me,
exactly.
you'll go there. If you got long feet, like Jaret, or if you got teens feet, which are kind of long, it goes right there.
I'd put it center.
But yeah, and the nice thing about rear sets is you can easily adjust them where it feels the best for you. So.
Just fitting the heel guards. Look at that, guys. Holy sweet Mother Mary and Joseph and Heavenly Father.
Why are you
That looks
laughing
really
at your
good.
jokes?
Teens?
It is Easter.
You stop it. Yeah, it's Easter jokes, okay? You
Listen,
I
Easter
find
is
that
not a
and your
joke.
big, huge, juicy brain can just quiet down back there, okay?
I'll shut my mouth.
That's what I thought. Loctite.
Very tight.
We put Loctite on the bolts that require Loctite, guys. So you don't need to comment that we aren't putting Loctite on the correct bolts. Do you think you know more than Dotto?
I ran out of pink, so I'm using blue.
Yeah. Dotto knows.
Don't question me.
Hashtag Dotto knows. We got the rear sets installed. We had to do some finagling there to change the slack here. So we have a little bit of slack here, and then the brakes actually start. Oh yeah, so Dotto, hit it once so you guys can come back. But use it, go through the slack first. And then, yeah, perfect. That way you won't have any drag. So let me spin this. Yeah, that bike's hard. Yeah,
The bike's hard.
All right, guys, so we just pull this off. Look at that, and we still have to add the carbon heel guards, but oh my God. Yeah, that is badass. Manny, loving the TWM, AKA Marchesini family.
And guess what? Perfect fitment.
Yeah, it was perfect fitment. The hardware is beautiful. The aluminum's nice. It's even riveted out for weight savings. It looks awesome.
It's not riveted out, but it's called machining.
Ribbed. It's ribbed for her pleasure.
Riveted out.
It's riveted, ribbit. I like it a lot. So there's the finished. Would you look at it? There's the finished product. Looks absolutely incredible. Great job, Manny. Love it. Look at that. Next to the clear clutch cover, and carbon on carbon on carbon with titanium sprinkled in there. Oh my God. So up next is the left-hand side. Hopefully won't be quite as intense as the brake side, but we'll see. On this one, Dotto said we need to remove the lower fairing, so Teen's just gonna go ahead and get that removed for us. Look at her. Would you just look at her? And then Dotto and I are actually gonna go outside and get some wood because we gotta stock back up in here. But it's coming along. It's coming along nicely. Took a quick break to get some freshly seasoned wood.
What if hippies are watching this?
Dotto's favorite. What do you mean, hippies? What?
If hippies are watching this, they're not gonna appreciate this. Cutting up a bunch of trees.
These were trees that fell over.
No, it's not.
These were trees that needed to be.
These fell over because I cut them.
Oh, look at Teen's out here. She has no idea what she's doing. And she's back inside. It's starting to get pretty nice out, actually.
Feels good.
It does, man. It feels so good. All right, so we got the right side fairing back on, and now we're gonna start taking apart the rear sets on the left-hand side and get these off. Also, just so you guys know, we do have a carbon kickstand coming to match the rest of the carbon. These are all gonna be blacked out. The only silver left on the bike are really gonna be right here. We're also gonna powder coat this shock, I think flat black, but we will ask the patrons their opinion. Just to make sure that they like it, but yeah, I would do flat black if it was me. Sorry. We also have a carbon cover for this as well, so it's gonna be pretty ridiculous, guys. So let's get this off. Holy fuck! Dotto's big ass sausage arms can't get it.
Holy shit! I might have to bolt this back in.
Did you get it? You can't get it.
I might have to bolt it back in there.
Do you want me to do it? I'll do it. Insert asshole YouTube comment about how Jaret doesn't do anything. So we bolted that thing back together, and now we got it loosened. Actually, I loosened it for him, guys.
Jaret goes, let me do it on film so I look good.
Oh! Luckily, I have the editing rights, so I can just edit this however I want.
I have the editing rights?
Yeah, I'm the one that edits these videos.
I have the rights not to finish this bike. Try editing that.
How dare you? So, as you can see, we got some crazy wood in here, and now this bitch is roaring. It is so hot. Holy God, look at that. I'll just go ahead. You guys can keep watching this over and over if you want to put it in the background while you do the dirty with your lady. Got the rear sets on, just tightening stuff up. And look at how good those rear sets look. Holy Mary, Mother, and Joseph, and the entire Holy Family. Attaching the foot peg, same spot we did on the right-hand side, which was the very front. We're expecting Bigfoot to be winning this bike, apparently.
Don't say that because somebody with massive feet is going to end up winning it.
Well, if you have massive feet.
Wow, feel that.
Really? Oh my God.
It's so tight.
That is incredible.
Before, when I was moving it, it had so much
I know, it
slack.
had a little bit of slack and wiggle in it. Look at that. Good God. I like when the rear sets just kind of disappear, and that's kind of what they do right now. So that you notice other things of the bike, like the exhaust, the big honking wiener on it.
Including my wife.
No, no joke, guys. Dotto has dropped he's not even drinking. He's had like one drink.
I've had a water with extra adult ice.
And he's dropped every single pull he's put on this bike today. So there's the left rear sets done, and good Lord, does it look awesome. Very, very happy with that.
We need this piece.
In carbon.
Let's do it.
Manny, whatever this piece is, we need it.
Chain guard.
We need it in carbon. You can actually get a carbon
Swing arm
cover.
Let's do it.
That would be cool too, Manny. Let me know how much I owe you.
And a bottle of vodka.
And a bottle of vodka. No, they look really good. I'm really happy with that. It's gonna look awesome, especially once that shock is powder coated. So the last thing we're gonna be doing right now is just throwing back on the lower left fairing, carbon fairing. And then we will be finito. And look how good that looks. Oh my God. Except for that stupid red tank. Look at that thing spinning. I want a black one. We're gonna let Dotto do the honors. See if the rear sets are all installed correctly.
This is weird. The only thing that I noticed.
That rear brake's really low.
No. The ABS keeps kicking on when you hit the rear brakes because there's air.
Oh,
So,
air.
yeah, so we're gonna have to bleed it and readjust everything. But I'll tell you one thing, I feel really comfortable with this thing.
Really?
Yeah. Like it's, like I got really short legs, so it's kind of hard to.
Well, once you put the normal seat back on.
I know, but it's, I took it off the driveway and I'm like,
you look good on all black out. All right, so that's the end of this episode. We got the TWM rear sets installed with the carbon heel huggers. Dado crushed it as always, and I absolutely love how they look. Manny, great job in helping with the development of those, and I really, really like them. I would definitely put them on my own bike, honestly. I really like them that much. So that's it for this episode. If you guys want to be entered to win this bike, make sure you check out the Patreon page. It's always in the link in the description below. If you want to get any of the parts that we install in this episode, they will also be linked in the description below. Shout out to Moto Million, our sponsor, for hooking us up with all these parts. And I think that's about it for this one. So if you enjoyed the video, hit the like button, subscribe for more, and we'll see you guys in the next one when we put a freaking carbon tank on this bitch. See you guys.